Getting approval of the minutes of the September 1st meeting.
I'll move.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. All right, Jack.
Okay,
1900 Bleecker.
under old business, we have 1900 Bleecker Street. It's ratification of the extension of inducement to November 4th, 2021, and appointing 1900 Bleecker Street LLC as agent for sales tax exemption extension to August 23rd, 2020, and also to consider a final authorizing resolution relating to the 1900 Bleecker LLC facility approving financial assistance that is a deviation from the uniform tax exemption policy and authorizing the form and execution of related documents. So this is something that we had got a consensus from the board for in the past, and we were just looking to ratify it. We tabled it.
Joined the meeting.
Do they have
Hi guys,
a
it's Linda.
plan? Hey, Linda.
Linda, good morning.
Do they have a plan?
Good
for
morning.
this project?
For 1900,
Yeah.
they do. They are.
They're gonna tell us what it is.
Very fun. I will get a full report from them. They did provide a sheet from the last meeting that explained where they were. The rubble that's on the side lot, they're going to crush that down and use it for fill. And then they were working on the steel. That's last that I know. It is. So, you know, they're trying to use as much as they can to keep it on site instead of hauling it off to the landfill.
I talked to Jack about this. I don't know if you all saw their line of credit that they sent in to show their financial wherewithal, but their interest rate's 13.75%. So a little concerned about, going forward. Other projects, they seem to have something going and nothing's happening. So
the only ones that we
we
have,
could send them some kind of message of our concerns.
right. The only projects that we have with them right now that are, not active is the 1900 and also 253.
Yeah.
So you'll see that out on the sign. There's, Pavia's got a sign out there for leasing that up. They were waiting for DRI funds.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked with Mike Licata just 2 days ago. He said that the state has said that because they have their letter, the contract isn't ready, but the letter approving them has been, so they can start spending now.
Okay.
So they were just kind of told to be on hold until, because sometimes with state contracts, you can't spend, if you spend anything prior to a certain date, then it doesn't qualify and it doesn't, they don't, there's no reimbursement for it.
Yeah.
Vin, did I hear you right? Their rate of interest is 13.75%?
Yep.
13?
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Do they have a
Vince
tenant there or?
Yeah, they have to pay me shortly.
Do they have any prospective tenant there? Or is that still all on spec?
For 1900,
Yeah.
They have available credit on their line of credit. Quite a bit, actually.
No, I want, if they have a prospective tenant.
you're asking for 1900?
Yes.
Yeah. I've been told in the past that they're courting various people. I don't know that they have anybody signed up yet.
Okay.
Well, it's a ratification. We kind of approved it before, so.
Right.
But I would like to send them something,
Yes.
have a conversation with them of some sort.
I'll bring them in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, get a motion to ratify the motion.
Make a motion.
All right, Emmett, second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right,
Okay. Next is Burstone Road Associates, ratification of extension of time for the existing sales tax exemption and authorizing the UIDA to conduct a public hearing, which we did hold. No comments. With respect to the increase in the value of the sales tax exemption, and consider a resolution authorizing the increase in value of the sales tax exemption.
this is Slocum.
Slocum, yeah.
I'll move.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. GSCB,
Okay, consider a resolution authorizing the increase in the value of the sales tax exemption and authorizing the UIDA to conduct a public hearing, which we did yesterday, and again, no comment.
a motion,
I'll make a motion.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Obelston,
Consider a resolution relating to the seeker review for the Ovalston Apartments LLC facility. So we are going, there's no action that is necessary by the planning board. So we are looking to designate ourselves as the lead agency on this. I'm working with, I'll be working with Bond and also Chris Lawrence, who is the principal planner for the city, to he'll go through a certain system that the state has for issuing or for notifying affected agencies. So SHPO is on the scenic and historic side of things because it is in a district, and they'll be going to secure some historic tax credits, and then also HCR, who is providing the funding for the project. So they've listed it as a type 1 action, which requires us to basically reach out to the affected jurisdictions and affected agencies to get their any comment that they may have. But generally, when with these types of projects, they've already gone to SHPO and they've kind of found out what they need to do. They've gone to HCR. They know the terms of their financing, but this is just notification that they are going through the IDA, and that's just the step that we need to do.
Jack, does operating as a lead agency create any increased financial liability for us?
No. It's just a process, if the planning board was going to take this on because they were expanding on the building, doing something to the footprint, then the planning board would be, in essence, taking that job on. They would be doing it themselves, but being that there is no increase in the size, there's nothing that is triggering the planning board to act as lead agency, then we'll act as lead agency, and thus our, my declaration, if you will, right now.
they're moving forward with the project.
Correct. Yeah.
We are, just incidentally, guys, we are going to, and Jack knows this, we're going to involve, just to make sure the T's are crossed and I's dotted, we're going to involve the environmental guys at Bond to make sure that everything is done properly. I
Okay.
prefer not to have the agency as lead agency, but in this case, there's nobody else that has any action to take, so we can't really kick the bucket or kick the stone down the road.
All right. Can I get a motion?
I'll move.
Second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Okay, if you want to just kind of cover the budget real quick.
Okay.
Jack, you want me out of here?
No.
Hello?
Yep.
We're
They're
just
just
looking at the
reviewing.
budget.
Oh, okay. Everybody getting their booster shots?
I did.
No?
That's because we're old.
Yeah.
We can get it.
I got another month. I can
You're
get
gonna
mine.
wait. I got Moderna. I don't know if I can get mine.
Right.
I got it.
Dude,
Got it? Get it. If you want to get it, you could hold off.
I just
Where'd you
thought-
go get it?
I went to Clinton,
Clinton?
the CVS. in Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
Where did you go?
They say you got the immune compromised. Well, you just tell them.
Yeah,
and
and-
you are. You get to be
Because I-
that RH you are.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to
That's a
fill
given.
out a form.
So you have to
Fill
explain
out a
yourself.
form.
Compromising the variety.
Yeah, they're not allowed to ask you what they are. Or they're not allowed to ask you to provide any proof. so pretty moved.
Okay, any comments on the budget?
Okay, I'm fine with it.
That's fine. Can I get a motion to approve the budget?
Yes, I'll move to approve the budget.
Second,
second that.
in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Okay, on to further new business. With us, we have Dan Dow, who is the principal owner, he's cook and bottle wash for the Hemstroughs that he recently purchased from Rich Beatty. He has since purchased the building and is expanding his business like crazy and has good things on the horizon. So Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Just for clarification, I'm Dan Dow, and I spearhead the investor group. A lot of people, or see even articles say that Dan's the owner. Well, I am technically one of them,
Kind of.
and I enjoy being the front of the group and the hands-on operator. We have people that have put up some capital from downstate and some notable folks here in Utica that are behind the venture. I don't know how much Jackie shared with you. We bought the business, Hemstroughs, in 2019. Was doing about $750,000 a year in business. Probably going to do about $1.2 million, $1.3 million this year. So it's moving along. Some of the things that happened, just a better sales and marketing plan. We got beyond Utica. Did more with the website. Had a new website, shipping half moons around the country. Not in huge volume, but it's moving.
Mhm.
And people are paying a lot of money to have the nostalgia of Utica in Arizona or Indiana or Texas, wherever they're going. And so it's great. We bought, with Hemstroughs, we really bought it so that we could have assets to get into bakery goods, really European style breads for a cheese business we had in New York. Being of Utica roots, Proctor grad, Herkimer College, then I went to Manhattan College and Fordham Law School where I met my wife. And
You went to Fordham after you went to Manhattan?
yeah, it was tough, but I became a ram.
I was Manhattan, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What year? What
78,
did you study?
county.
Accounting. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Bill Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Great.
The Fordham thing's not gonna help you in here, though.
It is what it is, right? So we moved the artisanal cheese company to Utica at 900 Oswego Street, and they cohabitated alongside Hemstroughs very nicely. Specialty products. We bring cheese in from around the world. We age it and we sell it under one brand. And we're now starting to introduce European style baguettes with the cheese products. And one of the things that we do is we created a 4-pack combo set, 2 chocolate, 2 vanilla half moons. And we put it in there as a sweet treat, unpaid for by the company. And I can't tell you how the package is. People get cheeses from around the world and they call us up and say, "Where'd you get the cookies from?" So we're bringing Hemstroughs along that way. Jack was correct about a month ago. And it was nice that we had some downstate money coming into Utica for about $1 million to help us buy the property. The plan for the property is to reskin the outside and to make it fascinating, make it specialty, make it interesting. And see, in New York City, there's a lot of that. And in Europe, there's a lot of it. But in Utica, it's my hometown, there's not a lot of specialty grocery. A lot of good stuff like Chanatries and the big box guys, plenty to see and shop from. But at the location, we're going to take Hemstroughs, clean up a little bit, but not too much. We don't want it Tiffany because it's got to be Hemstroughs. We're going to do something to draw people in, and we're going to have a cookie and milk bar, a place to go for cold milk and cookies. But a place to bring your grandkids. Or you take everybody after the softball game or bowling or after movies. Instead of going out for drinks or so, you can go to the cookie and milk bar, and there's nothing like it. And I thought that would be fun. The other side of the building, we're going to put a little bit of a retail store, and that's going to be different too. It's not going to be a cheese shop. We perfected the craft, artisanal, of aging cheese to peak ripeness. It's the combination of temperature and humidity control, creating a cave-like environment. And we had 4 walk-in caves, about half the size of this room in New York. So instead of recreating that, which was the original plan, in Utica, I had an aha moment. And I said, you know what? Instead of having a cheese shop, I don't care how nice a cheese shop is, a cheese shop. We're going to create a cheese aging cave where all the cheese is going to be exposed, but there'll be a cheesemonger and a counter, so you can't touch it. It's all going to be naked, live cheese aging in this temperature, humidity controlled room, and that's going to be called the Artisanal Cave. So again, it's just not just a cheese shop, but it's something unique, interesting, and different. every college kid's got to bring their parents there on Parents Weekend. So you got to go to the cave. And there's a little bit of
No bats.
no bats in the cave. Yeah. Otherwise, we won't have too many workers. The frosters will leave fast. And then there's a little bit of square footage out front, like 200 square feet. We're going to put a wine cellar in there, a very small wine and spirit shop to accommodate folks that come there. What we really want to do is not really change it so much, but make it what's called destination retail. Want the Finger Lake people to come, the Syracuse people to come. They're not going to come every day, and they may not come every month, but they once in a while take a trek to Utica because they've got some great stuff. And while we're there, let's stop at the building and delve into all this stuff. So we're excited about it. It's not a massive project because we're not really going to fool with the infrastructure. It's kind of carving out the front area. I hope that Jack's very familiar with the building. And the bakery footprint's not going to change. We're just going to split the store a little bit and put that, you guys remember Dunkin' or no? Dandy Donuts. Remember the counter?
Yeah.
It's going to be that kind of a counter. We're going to look to get milk cans and put leather seats on the top. So it's going to be our chairs. Yeah. And then a big cow, a life-size picture of a cow. And the milk is going to come out of the udders.
Mark and I grew up at David Jones.
Yeah. On Mohawk Street?
South Utica.
South Utica. So a little bit interesting stuff to make it where people leave and talk about it. Mm-hmm. And say, you got to go. Okay. And when they get there, hopefully we'll continue to delight them with the things that Hemstraut's made for 101 years. And then this new thing called artisanal from cheese from around the world. Because this cheese aging cave, to hit it in a nutshell, and the story's done now, it does not exist in the United States. There are cheese aging caves, but nobody's done it as retail. So one of my objectives is, and we work with folks in France and Italy, we buy a lot of cheese from Europe. 60-70% of the cheeses we sell on the artisanal name are from abroad. And we've been contacting them to go direct now that I've got the business settled. We've been working with distributors and importers. Now we're going to put purchase orders into France and into Italy from Utica. It'll come into New York and we'll bring it up. And they don't know of a cheese aging cave. That's a store. Mm-hmm. So I want to see what we could do publicity-wise, the New York Times, whatnot. The best thing that's going on in cheese is at exit 31. And if we hit that note, I feel, we hit it. There we go. So I'm here today to meet with you folks. Jack had asked me to bring along 4 copies of a submission that I already made. And Jack, the 4 copies are here. I also have your payment. So however you want to go from there. Any questions, or how do you want to?
Yeah, just
what are you asking us?
we're looking to provide him with sales tax exemption for construction materials and some of the other equipment that he'll be buying. Mortgage recording, which we assisted with in the past month, if you recall, from because Dan had purchased it and we extended that out to him. Mm-hmm. And then also a pilot, which would be our typical manufacturing pilot, because the bulk of the building is manufacturing in nature. Right. So that is a 5-year 1/3, 5-year 2/3 pilot, which is standard for our manufacturing.
Are you dressing up the outside of the building at all? Or?
Yeah, we're going to reskin it. The person that's helping us is one of our shareholders. It's Gary Thurston. He's the CEO of Hainer Hoyt. Oh, yeah. Hainer Hoyt, the company, is not going to do it. Gary's son now runs Hainer Hoyt, but Gary's got a little side projects that he kind of does from his tool chest at the office, and he wanted to do it, and I thought it'd be great for him to, as a principal, to be in it. We talked a lot about retail, but Jack made a great point. 90% of the building, 87% of the building is still going to be manufacturing, making half moons and all the other stuff we do for the internet business. But we wanted to reskin it, make it exciting, instead of just a building that pumps out a lot of stuff and no one really knows what goes on there.
Is there a pilot on there already, or was there?
We had one with Rich Beatty for it was called Ven Duty. Mm-hmm. So that had 5 years left on it, but being that Dan was buying it, brand new, and then brand new to him, and then to Rich will eventually leave the building. Dan will infill with additional manufacturing.
So we're basically going to void his and then
correct
and a new one.
Yeah,
okay. I knew there was some twist to it.
Yeah.
Jack also made a good point for clarification. Rich Beatty retained at the purchase a year lease with a 6-month option to continue to run the old Spanos bread business in New York dough. So we'll continue to cohabitate like a two-family home. He was the owner and I rented, and a month ago, we just swapped hats. He's still in the corner office and I'm right next to him.
Any questions?
Sounds like a great idea.
We're excited about it. You know, it's kind of heartfelt. It's my hometown. We
Yeah.
wanted to do this, and the fact that we're doing it in Utica is,
Get lost in New York.
yeah,
In the
and
city, you know?
it's-
Another. something or other.
yeah, it's different in, there's a lot of different things happening in the specialty food industry in the United States, not in New York and not in LA and not in Chicago.
Mhm.
Just with Colorado,
Yeah.
Utah,
Yeah.
great stuff, terrific stuff. And I thought, well, why not? You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
I have to go to my niece's wedding in New Hampshire this weekend. She said the two things I have to bring are half moons and tomato pie.
Tomato pie.
It's amazing. It's
Hemstrott's
Hemstrott's over there. Yeah, we got one best in class again this year.
Yeah.
OD.
Yeah. No green.
I appreciate anything that you could do to help our venture. We've been kind of doing it on our own. We haven't raised much money because we're profitable,
Mhm.
but every dollar helps, as you know, in business. The head count is moving in the right direction.
Mhm.
It's tricky getting them in and then getting them to stick because, you know, we bake from scratch and we hand frost. And it's an interesting thing, you know, the good that we're doing is the bad because July, Jack knew about it. We took on the Stewart stores. And they gave us a 6-pallet order of half moons, which is the biggest order ever. They go, how the hell are we going to do this? And this new guy, Dan, and Jesus, you know, we got through it. And then Price Chopper said, well, instead of you guys delivering to all our stores, it was a little bit of my nudging. We'll bump up. We'll go into the distribution center, one truck, boom, and then we'll take it out to the stores. Great, right? 20 pallet orders leaving today. So the ladies frosted 49,000 half moons in the last 10 days.
I noticed you're in Hannaford too.
Hannaford's, Walmart, BJ's, soon Tops. They combined with Price Chopper. Stewart's is doing a great job. They're 3 pallets every week, at least. And I say it wrong. If you look at it phonetically, it's Mirabita, but you don't pronounce Mirabita.
Morabito.
Circle K in Syracuse is also interested. We got to be careful because, you know, we're bringing on headcount, but they got to kind of come in and get the knack of it. Otherwise, you got a lot of people frosting all over the place. But we got a good group. Yeah.
Where are you finding your employees? You finding them at the refugee center?
Indeed's been a good workhorse for us. And now I guess the subsidy is gone because now they come in. I get a ping every time somebody goes on Indeed,
Right.
and they're coming. They're interviewing now. We're getting some of the network. We have a good group of Bosnian, Polish, and from Thailand working for us. And I have my wife working on a program with the folks from Afghanistan. My wife's sister's husband had a significant West Point career, Pentagon career, and he's helping us figure out how to try to get into that because as we remember the roots of Utica, we can find one good Afghanistan family to make their way to Utica. 50 years from now, somebody say, why did Grandpa ever go to Utica? They'll all come. So I'd like to think that we could find some good families that are looking for a safe haven and a place to live. So that's to answer your question. It's all of the above kind of.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, you got to be diligent.
And that Dan has.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
Absolutely.
Well, my dad and grandfather had a grocery store, Saratoga and Columbia, Dow's Market. And I grew up, my dad just didn't go to work. It was 7 days a week. In the store, we had 4 children. My mom had 4 children. The store was like the 5th child.
Mhm.
When the store was good, we were good. When the store wasn't good, we were good. And when we were bad, we were in the store. So that's how it works. Your mother said, pick up the phone, call your father. I'll do anything. We used to beg the nuns. And my father used to sign the cards because he was 7 days a week. So he had to be iron fisted. He never laid his hands on us, but he was in charge. It was clear.
Right.
And I tell people this all the time. I could be 90 years old with the most severe dementia. And I'll never forget 315-732-5744. That was the number of the store. And he always said, right, please call me at the store if there's a problem.
Right.
And the teachers used to have it right here. Like, do I need to call your father? Like, no, anything.
All right.
All the cops don't come with
Right, oh, yeah.
So it goes back to the work ethic. It's all just one big ball moving forward.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great, so, can I get a motion?
I'll move that.
Okay.
Second, Chad? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good luck.
Thank you. Well, now I
Sounds
can tell
exciting.
you what's in the packages. I didn't want it to be a bribe, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of half moons. Jack, those are your 1, 2, 3, 4 copies, and the others, the lease from the.
Four
Yeah.
less at the back.
I'm gonna take the paperwork
Yeah,
and I'm gonna pay it.
and that's what you got, all right?
Great. Thank you very much.
Hey, guys,
Good
thanks so
luck.
much, yeah. Thanks, Jack.
John,
Okay, thanks,
nice to be
Jeff.
talking.
Yeah, that's my father's brother. Can I
Hold
ask
on,
you your name?
thought he was kidding.
You're John?
I'm Mark Curley. Emmett Martin.
Vin Gilroy,
Pleasure to meet you.
you too.
When did you go?
Linda, you're saying something, I'm sorry.
79.
Oh, 79?
No, I just said thank you very much. We'll look forward to working with you on this.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, have a nice
Thank
morning.
you.
You too.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome, Jack.
There are actually half ones in
He's gonna go and get some milk.
I was happy to hear that there's wine and spirits for us. People don't drink a lot of milk.
No. I'll meet you there at 12 tomorrow. Okay, I have nothing else.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Second. All in favor? Opposed? So we got
You
2
walked
minutes.
this morning, Mr. Zingarelli?
Yeah, struggle. I don't know. I used to be nice walks. Now I have to work.
Okay, Linda and Laura, I'm gonna shut down the WebEx for the IDA meeting and then just move into the UCDC.